尊敬的各位
Dear leaders and guests, hello. Welcome to the 5G MEC Industry Summit, part of the Win-Win Huawei Innovation Week. On behalf of the organizer, I'd like to extend my thanks and welcome to you. In recent years, the 5G MEC industry has flourished, and technical innovations have been developed around the world, accelerating the growth of digital economy. Our theme today is MEC to Anywhere. Joining us are the experts, operator, customers, and analysts from the industry around the world. We gather here to pool expertise and find consensus on the topics of 5G MEC capability enhancement and 5G dedicated network construction and large-scale application. First, let's invite Mr. Leo Ma, Vice President of Huawei Cloud Core Network Product Line, to give us the opening remarks. Hello, everyone. I'm Leo Ma from Huawei's Cloud Core Network Product Line. Welcome to the 5G MEC Industry Summit to discuss the future development of the MEC industry. As 5G is being deployed at scale, 5G technologies and MEC technologies are deeply combined with the industry requirements. 5G dedicated network was created and is growing at a rapid rate. Up to now, China has over 6,000 5G virtual dedicated networks. According to forecast, by 2030, the number will reach 1 million. 5G MEC technology will play a huge role in supporting the digital transformation of the industry. The value of 5G MEC is gradually manifested in practical applications. We work with carriers and partners to explore and innovate. Through industry partnership, 5G MEC starts to become a commercially viable business. If we look at the current adoption of the 5G dedicated networks, 5G MEC technologies are being used in industries including industrial manufacturing, mining, electric power, healthcare, and others. And it covers 7 scenarios, including video transmission, AGV, AI quality inspection, and data collection. The value is being recognized by industrial customers. More scenarios are being explored. As 5G dedicated network is being deployed, the requirement becomes more clear. And 5G dedicated network started from local area dedicated network to now wide area variant, and it also supports a dual domain access. In the early stage of a 5G dedicated network deployment, enterprises require data to be kept in the campus, and this can satisfy the need for mines and healthcare sectors. However, when 5G is being used in the electric power industry and corporations that have multiple sites, then the connections in a wider area is needed. Thanks to the advantages and the capabilities of 5G network, the wide area dedicated network can support high reliable connections in a wide area, and innovation in one site can be replicated across the group. In campus and government scenario, there are requirements for users to use multiple terminals and multiple SIMs. So 5G private network must be able to support both intranet and internet access. And 5G dedicated network can support this and provide access on demand and anytime, anywhere for the users. The 5G dedicated network was mainly used for production support in the initial stage. And for this, the basic capability was enough. But as a 5G dedicated network was adopted in the core production process, the requirements became more stringent. For example, interconnection between industrial protocol requires layer 2 connection. That's why 5G LAN also becomes a must for 5G MEC. As there are more applications in the industrial space, enterprise customers are raising requirements on sensing and intelligence and computing. This requires 5G MEC to combine compute and connectivity to satisfy the needs of enterprise customers in one stop to meet the aforementioned requirements, we believe that 5G MEC will move towards a hyper-distributed, fully connected architecture. On the one hand, through the diversified compute and connectivity capability, 5G MEC can meet the enterprise requirements of flexible deployments in the edge, inside campuses, and in the production sites. On the other hand, 5G MEC supports the network interfaces defined by 3GPP to support full connectivity, and it supports local area, wide area, and dual domain access to enable innovation in one site to be replicated across different sites. In the future, 5G will evolve to a super distributed and fully connected network of hundreds of thousands of industry-dedicated networks. This is both an opportunity and a challenge for the industry, and Huawei will continue to work with industry partners to promote the development of 5G MEC and bring more value to the industry in this process to support the shared success for the new 5G business. Thank you, Leo. Just like Leo said, 5G MEC technology will play a huge role in supporting the digital transformation of the industry. 5G has fueled the digital transformation around the world. What new market opportunities will 5G MEC bring? Let's welcome Pablo Tomasi, Principal Analyst, Private Networks and Enterprise 5G from Omdia, to share his views. Please welcome.
Pablo Tomasi.
Welcome everyone to this presentation, where I'm going to share a few insights on why 5G and MEC can unleash new market opportunities. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to share with you why they are essential for the future of the enterprise. Now, I'm Pablo Tomasi, and I'm a principal analyst covering private networks and enterprise 5G at the research and consulting firm Omdia. Now, my presentation will provide you insights on why there is a move to the edge, what is the view of the enterprise, what are the benefits of edge, and how can 5G and MEC combine to create a truly unique set of opportunities. So to get started, let's set the scene for a moment. Why there is a movement to the edge? There are multiple reasons why edge is becoming increasingly relevant in this world. And effectively, from a very basic point of view, we are seeing a movement to the edge, we are seeing workloads move to the edge because we want to move computing closer to the end user. We want to be able to analyze data closer to where it's generated. And this becomes essential to support a very specific application, very specific requirement. And effectively, by moving the computing capabilities closer to where the data is generated, we can enable faster decision making, we can enable better automation, we can really help the enterprise becoming a data-driven enterprise. And when we're thinking about enterprise, when we're thinking about the enterprise market as a whole, we know that cloud plays a key role in enterprise utilization, but we also know that cloud and edge are a continuum. We know that they are not separated, but they must be connected. Some workloads will be at the edge, some will be at the cloud, and it's very important to keep that continuum. Why also we're moving to the edge? Well, it's very, very simple. By moving to the edge, you are creating opportunities with 5G, and you're enabling partners to create new applications. Those applications can serve very specific needs that the enterprise has. And when we look at the markets, we know that there are multiple vertical markets. They have all different requirements. They have different needs. They have different pain points. As you can see in the slide, there is manufacturing world, there is mining, there is tourism, ports, and everyone has different requirements. Yet, across all verticals, there is a common element, which is the need for performance, for quality of service, for cost optimization. And that's exactly what Edge and 5G can deliver to the enterprise. So let's deep dive for a moment on the 5 top benefits that edge computing, that 5G and MEC can bring to the enterprise world. First of all, it's about latency. Now, when we're moving that computing capability close to where the data is generated, we can support ultra-low latency applications. So effectively, we are reducing the latency. The data does not have to travel to a far data center or to the cloud. And when we think about future-looking use case, future-looking applications, and that could be AGVs, AR/VR, robots, we know that having the low latency is essential. Now, the second key benefit that is provided by Edge is cost. And of course, if you don't have to send too much data at very, very far away places, very far away data centers, of course, you're generating savings. So you're generating the amount of traffic that has to go to those data centers. So cost is always a priority for any enterprise. And the third point, the third benefit of edge computing is the enablement of ecosystem and innovation. So 5G MEC effectively creates a unique opportunity because it bridges the connectivity, the compute, and the application sides. And that enables innovation. By bringing these three separate spheres together, you can enable your partners to deliver innovation, to deliver on the need that the enterprise has. Fourth benefit of edge computing, we're talking about privacy and security. Now, data is a key ingredient for an enterprise. However, it has to be secure. There are privacy considerations in place. And that's when 5G MEC can really help the enterprise, keeping relevant, keeping sensitive data on site, and by this means, reducing the risk of cyber attack. Now, the fifth benefit of edge computing is flexibility. So, thanks to 5G MEC, you can provide a more flexible architecture to the enterprise. So you can provide a network that is really tailored to what the enterprise wants. You can provide the right amount of dedicated, right amount of privacy to meet the need of the enterprise. And looking at the market opportunity, our colleagues at Omdia have made a market model, and they're calculating, they're estimating that the market for edge computing will be a 214 billion opportunity by 2026. Now, the reason why this is such a big opportunity is because as we have seen, there are clear benefits that edge computing can bring to the enterprise. It's really assessing the enterprise needs, and there is a big opportunity. So there are consulting services, there's integration, edge network services. So overall, this is like a huge opportunity, and a huge opportunity that is ready to be taken by service provider and by their partners. And let's switch now gear for a moment. We have seen why we're going to the edge. We have seen the benefits and we've seen the market opportunity. So let's focus for a moment on the view of the enterprise. At Omdia, we're running quite a few surveys across different topics, across 5G, across ICT technologies, also across edge computing and digital transformation for the enterprise. And as you can see, the enterprise are ready to embrace the edge. The fact that the edge brings those clear benefits makes sense for the enterprise. And percentage of workloads that the enterprise will run the edge, it will grow from 32% to 46% in 18 months' time. So there is a clear understanding from the enterprise that the future is at the edge. And now let's focus for a moment on 5G. What is the enterprise view of 5G and why MEC is essential for that future? If we look at the top 3 5G benefits that the enterprise is recognizing, there is delivering real-time insights, superior application performance, and there is accelerate use of process automation. For all these key benefits, latency is extremely important, performance is extremely important. And when we're thinking about latency, when we're thinking about performance, that's when MEC becomes essential. So you need 5G and MEC to really be able to deliver optimal benefits for the enterprise. And going one step forward, if you're thinking about dedicated networks, that could be the private networks, hybrid networks, we see that MEC is becoming increasingly relevant because there is a clear understanding of the importance of edge computing. So we have been tracking announcements in the dedicated network space. And from 2019 up to the first quarter of 2022, MEC has become consistently increasingly more relevant. The reason for this is because as part of digital transformation effort that any enterprise is undertaking, cloud, edge, and dedicated networks are essential ingredients. And in fact, 90% of enterprises see digital transformation as a key driver of their deployment of a dedicated network. And as we see this transformation, as we see the appetite of the enterprise increasing, growing with more and more sites, then Mac become an essential part of this, an essential part of this digital transformation, as it enables the flexibility and enables to support those use cases that the enterprise has. Effectively, we see that dedicated network and edge and Mac are symbiotic opportunities. They feed off each other and they create a new market opportunity for service providers and their partners. So, in conclusion, we have seen that the key benefits that are delivered by edge computing by Mac are in areas such as latency, security, cost, and automations. And when we take every one of those elements, we know that those are the key pillars of an enterprise digital transformation, and therefore we see how edge computing, how 5G plus Mac is a key pillar of an enterprise digital transformation. We also discussed that cloud and edge are continued, but also 5G and edge, 5G and Mac. So there needs to be all these technologies, all these areas working together, innovating together with companies from different angles of the ecosystem to deliver the right solution for the enterprise. So collaboration, partnerships, those are essential for the success of this market. And as I said, edge is becoming the single point of contact between ecosystem, is bridging connectivity, computing, and applications. And by being that single element, it becomes the key means to really serve the requirements of the enterprise across a wide variety of industries. So that's all I had for you for today. Thank you very much for listening and enjoy the rest of the conference.
感谢 Pablo 的精彩分。
Thank you, Pablo, for the incredible presentation. 5G MEC dedicated network has been developing fast. Then what are the results achieved and what are the opportunities and challenges we will encounter? Next, let's welcome Mr. Tan Feng, Product Director of Huawei Cloud Core product line 5G B Solutions, who will introduce how PNI and PM fuels industry dedicated network deployment. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Win-Win Huawei Innovation Week. I am Tan Feng. I'm with the Huawei Cloud Core product line 5G B Solutions. I'm acting as the product director. The topic of my presentation is PNI and PM fuels dedicated industry network deployment, driving more B2B success. In the last 3 years, we worked with telecom operators to explore the industries such as healthcare, manufacturing, energy, in total over 40 industries. We try to introduce 5G dedicated network to the needs of these industries. After 3 years' efforts, in China, we have deployed over 10,000 5G dedicated networks. As the end of July this year, there are over 6,518 dedicated networks, leading to a 60% growth of the dedicated networks revenue. We can categorize dedicated networks into 3 types. One is dedicated WAN. Second is the dedicated LAN in local production environment. And the third type is computing dedicated network. Next, I'd like to introduce each type of them. Let me start with the dedicated WAN. We can see an exciting progress. That is the mobile VPN. Mobile VPN solution is designed to serve enterprises with the nationwide PLMM and WAN of telecom operators. Then on top of the PLMM, telecom operators can provision a wide coverage quality network to enterprises. The commercialization of the dedicated WAN took only less than half a year. In campus, tourism, public services, and insurance sectors, customers have high demands on mobile VPN. Then, why does mobile VPN gain the recognition of enterprise customers? There are several reasons. First, only telecom operators
are in a position to deploy a 5G dedicated networks nationwide for enterprises. Also, only telecom operators are able to ensure end-to-end security from access to Internet. In addition, only telecom operators are able to meet the Internet access requirements and intranet access requirements. That's why we are excited to see that in one province, China Mobile managed to commercialize a project in last August. That was the first one, and today there are over 100 commercial contracts. According to the estimation of China Mobile, they will have over 500 commercial contracts by the end of this year. So we can see that the dedicated WAN is bringing huge value to enterprises. We're seeing the application of dedicated WAN in electricity industry is called electricity dedicated network. Why does power grid need the enablement of 5G? Well, during power distribution, the fiber coverage is limited, so we need 5G wireless communication to automate power distribution. Also, the West-East Power Transmission Project is ongoing today to deliver the power from west to the east. Power company needs 5G networks for precise load control. And carbon neutrality is another reason. The Chinese government is encouraging the distributed power generation and power distribution. And that is also driving the development of power electricity dedicated network. When we break down the requirements of the power grid, we can see that the power distribution, generation, and use are posing different requirements on network SLAs. Some services demand larger uplink bandwidth, some demand ultra-low end-to-end latency. What we're doing today is to guaranteed a shorter than 3-second interruption during UPF hot backup. And we also offer lossless upgrade and end-to-end security encryption. We also did a lot of efforts in reducing the price of the industrial module. We believe that within this year, the price of the industrial module will drop below 300 yuan. And then next year, we will see a greater development of the electricity dedicated network. And next, I would like to talk about dedicated LAN. 5G networks are powering coal mining industry. It's easy to understand because we know that in coal mining, the working environment is harsh and the automation level is low. The intelligent analysis on coal mines is not embracing a full-blown digital transformation. Now with 5G, we hope to address these frustrations. When we are actually looking at the business environment, we see that coal mine dedicated network has a really high demand on the uplink connections. Is because it needs to upload a lot of videos. Also, the 5G dedicated coal mine networks must be compatible with the existing real-time scheduling system, because the scheduling system is actually the bloodline for coal mining. That's why networks need to meet the following requirements. First is the ultra-high uplink bandwidth. A single site needs to provide over 1 Gbps speed. Also, the VoLTE-based native audio and video capability should be implemented. Because the scheduling system, all the video and audio of the system needs to be transmitted or captured with VoLTE instead of installing another apps, because we need to save the power, and we also need to deliver the high reliability disaster recovery. After all, safety is always the priority for coal mining industry. As you can see, the coal mining dedicated network is really facing demanding requirements. After making tremendous efforts, we introduced coal mine dedicated network to the market, and it was adopted in a coal mine it achieved great results. 12 positions are able to conduct remote controls, and we reduced over 50% of the number of workers working on sites. We can see that how 5G is empowering industries. Next, I'd like to show you the manufacturing dedicated network. It's also a dedicated LAN. For manufacturing dedicated network, it needs to serve multiple purposes and deliver flexibility in manufacturing. We want to make sure 5G can actually enable manufacturing dedicated network. Then it needs to address the demands from 4 networks inside the plant. First is the campus office network, and the second is the data collection and monitoring network on campus and workshop, the inter-workshop production network, also the production line field network. After making tremendous efforts, we are able to meet the requirements of the previous 3 networks. However, when it comes to production line field network, there are still challenges we need to address. Well, its challenges include to make sure 5G needs to be compatible with the existing PLC protocol, and the northern bound controls and the southern bound control of PLC need to be arranged for different SLAs. When industrial modules become more affordable, the northbound upgrade of the PLC will take off in next year, but the southbound upgrade will only be commercialized until 2025. And another point I would like to talk about is dedicated computing network. In the past, wireless communication and computing were not correlated. That was the case in 2G, 3G, and 4G era. But why is MEC a new concept in 5G? Because 5G is able to move forwarding plane and user plane to the edge, closer to property owners. MEC is able to maximize the performance of networks and actually unleash the performance potential for enterprise customers. Then there's a question we need to address. Should we develop network and computing separately or altogether? Based on our practices and experience, computing network integration, integrated delivery are the best way for industries to adopt 5G, especially for the large enterprises with HQ and branch offices nationwide. Because these types of enterprises need wide coverage 5G network, they also want to tap into the virtual dedicated network and to enjoy the guaranteed latency and committed SLAs. Enterprises would like to purchase network and computing from one telecom operator to make negotiation easier. Based on that principle, we propose the architecture that features hierarchical management and computing network integration. Huawei has done intensive researches on making cloud network provisioning easy, resource scheduling efficient, and deployment fast. We hope to develop core competitiveness in these 3 aspects. And to meet the requirements of dedicated WAN, dedicated LAN, and dedicated computing network, we are also rolling a comprehensive portfolio of solutions. For example, we have the Kite-like solution. Huawei's Kite-like solution is a solution family covering different series of different functions. It includes the 1+1 load balancing Kite-S. It also has the Kite-M to ensure local service continuity even during PLMN downtime. Then Kite-L is another solution under the family featuring local 1+1 hot backup. Another family member will be the MEC Advanced with integrated computing and connectivity. The reason that we are offering this diverse portfolio is because different industries have different requirements on reliability, network SLAs, and have different expectations for the relationships between connectivity and computing. After 2 to 3 years development of the dedicated networks, we can see that customers are desperately needing to deploy dedicated networks, but there are still some of the issues that we need to address. For example, after converging cloud and network, unified orchestration of cloud network should be better addressed. And also, the monitoring and assurance of the dedicated network in both WAN and LAN should also be improved. And when enterprises are using 5G dedicated network, they need to establish the trust on the telecom operators. This is also a domain we face many challenges. Huawei hopes to overcome the 3 barriers with global telecom operators to see how we can redefine the internal organizations, processes, and business models. We believe that for new business and industry to take off, the right organization and talents are critical. The innovation of 5G dedicated network will never stop. And the innovation of 5G dedicated network is not purely technology or business model. Instead, it's the innovation of both, and they are driving the development of each other. We hope that by innovation and product evolution, MEC can be introduced to WAN, LAN, and computing. We look forward to the era of MEC to anywhere. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Tan Feng, for outlining a grand blueprint for the development of the 5G MEC industry. As we all know, the development of 5G MEC industry and industry digitalization will require partnership across the industry. Now, let's take a look at carriers' exploration of the 5G MEC industry and 5G private network. Our first operator speaker is Ms. Chen Dan, 5G Industry Director of China Unicom's Government and Enterprise Department. Her topic is 5G dedicated network deployment sees steady growth. Please welcome. Experts, friends, ladies and gentlemen, glad to see you. I'm Chen Dan from China Unicom. I'm very glad to join the 5G MEC Industry Summit. Today I'm going to talk about 5G dedicated network deployment sees steady growth, and I will share with you China Unicom's experience in 5G B2B space. China Unicom takes the initiative to serve national strategies and the economy. We position ourselves as the mainstay in digital infrastructure operation, the contributor and a pioneer in building a connected and digital nation, a leader in cross-industry innovation based on connectivity, compute, big data application, and security. We implement the 5G set sail initiative. Now we have the biggest, best quality, most advanced, most energy efficient 5G SA shared network. We have over 860,000 5G base stations, and we provide 5G continuous coverage in cities, towns, and counties. 5G MEC nodes accumulates to 500. China Unicom focuses on consumer service, industry service, and public service. We have developed 500 Lighthouse 5G projects, more than 3,000 5G virtual dedicated network projects, 8,000 5G commercialization projects covering steelmaking, mining, education, tourism and culture, healthcare, accelerating 5G application adoption. China Unicom built the B2B 5G C1 cloud architecture, which is the key to innovation at one side and replication across the country. As you may know that in December of 2021, China Unicom released the 5G dedicated product series 2.0. We named it 5G Dedicated Network Plus. It has 6 features: custom network, cloud and edge, coordination, smart terminal, intensive operations, systematic security, integrated service. And this helped us to expand our business into more industries. And in 2022 MWC, we released the new generation of our solution. It's divided into 5G land-based industrial internet, high-reliable campus network, slice-based dedicated network. And these helped 5G dedicated network to make its way to core production process. In May 17, 2022, we continued to launch the solutions to meet wide area multi-campus requirements. And we released the mobile VPN multi-campus dedicated network. For the mobile VPN, we serve the campus and government and tourism and healthcare industries, providing wide area roaming capability and secure network access capability. And for the multi-campus dedicated network solution, it provides a unified planning O&M, reducing the cost of building enterprise network based on our B2B 5GC cloud. We can enable innovation in one-side replication across the country. And as the ICT technology develops, secure and convenient access to intranet is a must. Mobile office, smart education, smart tourism, smart logistics, and smart city cases have the need for secure and convenient access to intranet and internet. And for the traditional solutions, they provide a poor experience, and they also have security risk, and they are difficult to manage. First of all, users need to log in frequently. It is a hassle, and also the performance limitation of VPN causes network freezes and high latency. And traditional VPN solution transmit the data, encrypted data through internet, and this has a security risk. And also we know that campus Wi-Fi has all kinds of security risks. And the 5G 2B and 5G 2C access mean that enterprises need to maintain multiple networks, and this is a pain point for enterprises that don't have a network operations team. That's why we provide the mobile VPN product that provides optimal service experience, secure data transmission, AC network and management. We have the uplink data separation technology to support user to access internet and intranet without changing their SIM or phone. There is no manual authentication. It's easy, and also the low latency, big bandwidth, and the wide coverage of 5G network ensure the superior experience anytime and anywhere. In terms of data security, the mobile VPN is based on our high-quality 5G network, and there is security assurance covering wireless transmission, core network, and intranet. In terms of network management, the mobile VPN can offer unified management of B2C and B2B applications, and it provides centralized O&M, responsive handling, and 24 hours on-site support. And the mobile VPN is used in a wide range of industries. For example, in the digital government area, we worked with the Public Service Data Bureau in Guangdong in creating the first provincial level 5G dedicated network for government sector. And this is used to support the community governance, pandemic control, emergency response, and smart city governance. And this has increased the governance level and intelligence level of the government. And in terms of industrial internet domain, flexible production requires the transformation to enable connectivity, digitalization, and intelligence. And the larger corporations are responding to the 5G set sail initiative and have already made some achievements in some 5G application pilots. For the large enterprises, they extend the 5G application to single campus to multiple campus, and realizing secure, efficient operations. However, there are still some pain points. The first is a long construction period because each campus has different network solution. So there is interoperability difficulty, and also the construction time is long. And the second is low maintenance efficiency. The third is a slow pace in innovation. In order to address these three pain points, China Unicom proposed the 5G multi-campus dedicated network, helping enterprise to enjoy unified networking experience and supporting unified network construction, O&M innovation across campuses. First, unified construction, there would be a group-level design for all the campuses, and the campus network configuration is baselined and script-based, and this can enable agile and rapid development and deployment. Second, unified O&M. We have a VIP customer response center. We have the centralized monitoring to ensure 24/7 stable operation of the enterprise network. Third, unified innovation. Thanks to 5G positioning, 5G LAN, we can support the innovation in one site and replication across the country, accelerating digital transformation of enterprise customer. Currently, this multi-campus dedicated network solution is used in some large corporations. For example, for Schneider, it is a leading company in the energy management domain, and its 5G digitalization program in Wuxi and Beijing have been recognized by the World Economic Forum, and it plans to cover more campuses in 2022 to support its digital transformation. China Unicom make use of the B2B 5G C cloud to support the enterprise customers to enjoy the unified networking experience and one-point access unified management features. We also are able to provide automated provisioning across the different segments of the network and supporting one-click deployment and provisioning in days. In the Beijing Winter Olympics, we provided automated provisioning of 5G slices, and this provided assurance to the audience to enjoy the exciting moments of the games. And China Unicom also created the process to cover the incubation, the adoption, and the replication process to enable enterprises to validate the new B2B use cases, enable the applications upgrade so that we can accumulate more baseline applications for replication across the country. China Unicom continues to release new versions of 5G dedicated network solution covering terminal network, compute platform security, and service. And our solution is composable and modularized solution. It can be flexibly assembled to meet the different needs of different industries. And for every solution, we provide a basic capability and value-added capability. And such a solution package has been deployed in more than 20 industries and 400 application scenarios. And we have the automated provisioning and script-based service configuration to support fast replication across the country. The 14th five-year period blueprint and new technology development is the driver for deploying new digital technology. China Unicom will leverage the 5G dedicated network advantage and drive the innovation from the local area to the wide area, from one campus to multiple campus, from connectivity to compute. And we will continue to release the series solution for 5G dedicated network. We also have the 5G dedicated network operations platform that supports easy subscription, one-click provisioning, and centralized O&M. Through this, we hope that we can support the growth of the industry. And this is the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chen Dan. Next, let's welcome Mr. Zhang Hao, Director of Network and IT Technology Research Department of China Mobile Research Institute. He will talk about how advanced MEC technologies enables more services with ubiquitous computing power. Ladies and gentlemen, very happy to see you. I'm Zhang Hao with China Mobile Research Institute. Today, I'm going to talk about how advanced MEC technology enables more services with ubiquitous computing power. Then the first part, I would like to first introduce the insights and concepts on MEC of China Mobile. We're now in the era of digital economy, and China attaches great importance to it. Now we're introducing into digitalization to industries and develop digitalization as an industry. The development of digital economy relies on infrastructure. Starting from 2000, China has been developing ICT infrastructure. In December 2020, the SIC released a white paper on all optical smart cities, proposed a 1 millisecond latency circle in the city to realize deterministic network connections and empower smart cities. Then later in 2021 May, 4 central government agencies announced the integrated plan for nationwide DC development. Later in July, the MIIT released a 3-year action plan for the development of new data centers, aiming to optimize the data center layout. This year, during February, the 4 central government agencies officially launched the Eastern Data Western Computing Project with the plan to construct 4+4+10 national computing hubs. Then, since we are now seeing the new trend featuring computing and network, China Mobile focuses on the development of cloud and edge computing. Edge computing relies on cloud computing. Cloud computing has been in the industry for 15 and 16 years. It has been encouraging the development of mobile internet. And edge computing was introduced several years earlier. It was designed to address low latency, keep data on-premise, and high isolation requirements. Then we can see that there are new 3 insights into edge computing development. First, surging edge application require ubiquitous computing capabilities. According to IDC, by 2023, 60% of the infrastructure will be deployed at the edge. Then moving into the future, we want to see that the computing power will adopt the architecture featuring cloud-edge device synergy, demanding ubiquitous computing resources. And also, as the computing power structure continues to evolve, intelligent computing keeps growing. By 2023, intelligent computing will take up 70% of the total computing power in China, and the demand for AI computing power will increase by more than 500 times in 2030. So intelligent computing gets more and more important, and there will be more of them in the computing powers. Differentiated requirements promote heterogeneous computing. That is the 3rd insight. Currently, most of the computing power is general-purpose computing power, but the requirements for heterogeneous computing are increasing rapidly, which means GPU, FPGA, AI chips, and DSA will be in higher demands. Then based on the 3 insights into edge computing, we further identify trends of the MEC development. First is the trend of its own development, and the second is that the edge computing relies on network. Let me start with the trend of MEC evolution. We can see that today in the industry, machine vision, image processing, video processing, and other new services are demanding our computing power to be ubiquitous, diverse, and intelligent. That is the trend we have observed in the edge computing industry. And another thing is network is empowering the development of edge computing. Development of digital economy poses higher latency and deterministic requirements on network connectivity. In industrial internet, deterministic latency and the jittery demands the networks and computing power to be integrated. So Network and computing power are not just correlated. Instead, they can sense each other and even be integrated with each other. In the digital economy era, networks and computing power are closely related and deeply integrated. That is the new mega trend. China Mobile, to embrace the trend, has proposed a computing power network. The computing power network is a new information infrastructure that puts computing at its core with the network serving as foundation. This infrastructure deeply integrates AI, blockchain, cloud, data, network, edge, terminal, and security ABCD nets, making integrated services possible. Well, let me start with making computing power ubiquitous. We'd like to deploy computing infrastructure nationwide that features cloud edge device synergy. And with regard to heterogeneous computing power, we'd like to support the computing resources on x86, ARM, RISC-V5, CPU, GPU, etc. Then converged computing and networks. We hope that computing power and networks can further converge in terms of protocol so as to make the two symbiotic. Then regarding smart orchestration, in the future, computing power and networks will be scheduled and orchestrated in a unified way. And integrated services, we want to make sure we're able to provide diverse offerings, ABCD nets, to meet the requirements of customers. And we know that computing power networks cannot be implemented overnight. So we'd like to achieve the computing power network in 3 phases. First is the startup phase. It's the featuring ubiquitous collaboration. And this is where computing power and networks are still separated. But we offer one-stop experience to allow customers access computing and network. And the second phase is also the core phase. It's called the development convergence phase. This is where computing power and networks are still separated, but there will be a unified brain to manage the 2 types of resources. Then the third phase is called LEAP, service integration. During this phase, computing power and networks are converged, and their form and their protocols are further integrated. Then the 2 resources are not just correlated, they can sense each other and carry each other. Then computing and networks are intertwined. Our vision for the future is that to make computing power a utility service, users can tap into computing power anywhere, anytime. In last November, China Mobile has released a white paper on computing power network. If you are interested, feel free to find out more. We'd like to build a new information infrastructure focusing on 5G computing power network and smart intelligent platform, and develop a new information service system featuring connectivity plus computing power plus capability. Next, please allow me to share the updates on edge computing of China Mobile. Our core task is to further encourage the convergence of computing power and network. We want them to create new chemical reactions. Regarding MEC, we have 2 major tasks. First, we'd like to enhance edge computing, accelerate the deployment of distributed cloud. The core of developing edge computing is to build a converged and unified edge cloud. What's more, we would like to build a unified operation portal, providing unified operation portal for central cloud, edge cloud, and even the network, offering one-stop services. What's more, we'd like to develop a unified capability platform so that customers can use general purpose capabilities such as machine vision, image processing, and we will also offer industry-specific PaaS capabilities. Another thing we will do is to implement a unified management system to manage heterogeneous computing resources. We would also like to make sure edge computing, just like cloud computing, will adopt a unified infrastructure so that the applications and services of industries can be migrated and scheduled on the unified IaaS. Edge cloud, central cloud, and even computing resources on edge will further be converged, and they will be scheduled and orchestrated by the computing network brain. The computing resources and network resources are two types of resources, and the brain of the computing power network will be responsible for the scheduling and orchestration. Diversified heterogeneous computing power at the edge are becoming increasingly common. There are many heterogeneous computing power development ecosystems based on AI requirements, such as Intel, AMD, NVIDIA, Huawei, and Cambricon. We see that Huawei's ascent is growing really fast, but we have also observed that different architecture are posing challenges on the migration. Therefore, we hope to work with Huawei and other companies to develop a unified open system so that the bottom layer hardware differences are no longer relevant, and these resources can provide unified APIs to make application development and migration easier. Next, let's take a look at networks. Starting from 2019, we have deployed the largest scale 5G networks in the world. China Mobile's 5G is empowering verticals. We now have over thousands of dedicated network projects in 18 industries. At the same time, we noticed that 5G networks and computing power, their convergence is facing two challenges. They are isolation and determinism. Regarding isolation, that means different departments, manufacturing lines of a company need to access end-to-end standalone slices isolated from one another. Currently, the biggest obstacle is on the terminal side. Terminals are facing difficulties in supporting multiple slices. We work with Huawei and other players to facilitate the standardization with 3GPP. And China Mobile has also developed a terminal slicing middleware that can make terminals support multiple slices fast. Then the second thing about determinism, we also work with other companies to standardize the endogenous TSN to offer deterministic latency and jittering. What's more, by working with Huawei, we are conducting validations on the industrial internet powered by 5G deterministic network, making sure 5G can meet the latency jittering requirements of industrial control, hoping that eventually 5G will be deeply integrated with production. We aspire to see the further convergence of edge and network. We'd like to deliver new computing network services, including three parts. First is to develop new service experience. We aim to disrupt the traditional model where computing resources and network resources are separated. To do that, we are able to offer end-to-end consistent service experiences. We would also like to roll out new service mode. Well, at this moment, when provisioning edge computing, users need to know about their locations, the locations of the edge resources. But in the future, we hope that sensing location is no longer relevant. Users only need to propose the requirements, and the requirements can be met. Assume that we need to process 100 images, and the images need to be rendered, and we don't need to, whether the processing will be done in Beijing or Shanghai will be no longer relevant. As long as the request from users is there, then telecom operators will provide one-stop service to meet their requirements. And in addition, we'd like to develop new service form featuring collective computing power for trading. We know that deploying edge computing is not just about the deployment of server. We might also need to set up new equipment room. What we want to do is to aggregate the separate fragmented computing resources onto a unified platform. Third-party computing power can be pooled and managed with the platform, so that customers can choose and purchase the resources as needed. What's more, we would like to adopt new technologies such as blockchain to keep track of the third-party computing power and their use. Moving into the future, we want to tear down the separation between computing power and network, introducing symbiosis of protocol. China Mobile is also developing original technologies. Here are 5 of them, and we look forward to getting more in-depth researches with industry. The first technology is storage compute integration. These integration will disrupt the traditional von Neumann architecture, eliminating storage bottleneck and further improving chip computing efficiency. The second technology is computing power measurement. The current measurement model includes floating point and integer measurement system. They are not in a position to meet future requirements. What we need is a new measurement system covering storage, network, and heterogeneous computing power. The third technology is native computing power. Just now we mentioned the AI chip, and the native computing power is similar as that. It is here to break down the silos in heterogeneous computing technology, to migrate applications across architectures and provide a new supply mode of computing power. The fourth technology is computing power routing. It is designated to disrupt the traditional Internet integrated protocol, enhancing the basic Internet architecture that supports optimized routing based on computing power and routing distance. The fifth technology is in-network computing. For example, in the future, we hope that routers and switches can not only forward data, but also process data. In this way, we are able to reduce the computing workload on servers. Computing and the networks will be deeply integrated. The relevant technologies are being researched, and we're exploring them. We look forward to working with academic community and business community such as Huawei to gain breakthroughs in these technologies. That's all from my presentation. At last, I would like to say that China Mobile like to work with the industry to embrace the new blue ocean. Thank you.
分享。
Thank you, Mr. Zhang Hao. Our next speaker is Mr. Li Bin, Deputy Director of 5G Application Innovation Center, Shenzhen Telecom, Shenzhen. He will give a speech on 5G fuels industrial digitalization in the Greater Bay Area. Please welcome. Hello, everyone. I'm Li Bin from China Telecom. I'm very glad to join the 5G MEC Industry Summit and share with you China Telecom's achievements in innovations in a 5G dedicated network. In particular, I will talk about China Telecom's Guangdong branch. China Telecom's customized 5G network comes in 3 modes: wide area mode, adjacent mode, and wingspan mode. Wide area mode and adjacent mode have been adopted in many industries covering smart policing, cloud campus, security, surveillance, mobile finance, manufacturing, warehousing, and logistics. Wingspan mode is a special kind of service, and there is adoption in the electricity power industry. Different modes are also evolving to address customers' wide-ranging requirements. Up to now, China Telecom Group has delivered more than 6,000 5G B2B commercial projects in industries including manufacturing, transportation, logistics, and education. In total, 15 of those industries. Since 2021, thousands of pilots and commercial 5G projects of 5G customized network have been implemented in Guangdong. Our technologies and products are also evolving to better suit customers' needs. The development plan for Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau, Greater Bay Area states the requirement of optimizing information infrastructure, accelerating the development of advanced manufacturing industries, and cultivating new strategic industries. As information service provider, we focus on industry digitalization to act upon this call. As a leading enterprise in the Greater Bay Area, China Telecom Guangdong is very aware of the role that 5G dedicated network can play in digitalizing industry sectors. We strive to support the Greater Bay Area to build a modern industrial system with international competitiveness. Currently, 5G is in for large-scale deployment. We have promoted the adoption of 5G dual-domain dedicated network in various industries. And we also see that 5G has entered a phase for deeper exploration of application scenarios. We looked into cloudifying industrial control, deterministic networking to identify deeper use cases. 5G applications are also maturing. This requires us to go beyond applications and networks and provide a better and end-to-end O&M to build differentiation. To scale up 5G, we first need to expand its application scope in the industries. Based on ULCL data separation technology, we developed and deployed the dual-domain dedicated network solution that supports access to internet and intranet in a flexible way. Different access modes can meet the requirements of applications for campuses and for wide areas. And such solution can support the needs of B2B and B2C users. The intranet mode, dual domain mode, and boundless mode seamlessly cover most access scenarios of mobile dedicated network. The intranet mode can be widely used in industrial parks and healthcare sector. The dual domain mode can be used in general scenarios for the convenience of work and personal life. It can also be used in public venues, such as in concert hall and CBD areas. The boundless mode can be used in scenarios such as mobile campuses. In Shenzhen, based on the dual domain dedicated network and 5G slicing private line, we provided the services to sectors including policing, e-government, smart energy, and our smart city solution was included in the list of GSMA 5G vertical industry application cases in China. The smart policing case was also gathering a lot of attention in MWC. Our smart gas use case won the first prize of the 2021 National 5G Application Contest. And 5G can only enable industries when it is used by the industry. In the manufacturing industry, the communication architecture is closed and it lacks innovation and a unified platform for scheduling. In addition, the current wired and wireless solutions cannot meet the flexibility and performance need at the same time. And based on our exploration into 5G industrial internet, we find that such technology can meet the need of the customer. This year, we have extended 5G customized network to be used in core manufacturing process. Based on the new and advanced capabilities of vendors such as Huawei and the high availability architecture designed by China Telecom, we built a new high availability industrial 5G customized network solution, which has been applied in many cases in the industrial control project. In 2022, we worked with Huawei to build the advanced architecture with 5G LAN, native dual FET, and selective receiving, enhanced QoS interface technologies defined in R16 and R17, and 5G MEC. We continue to dive deep in the industrial control area for warehousing and logistics sectors. Such scenarios require mobility and deterministic control. It is a typical example of how 5G can be deeply integrated with co-production process. China Telecom and Huawei worked with New Trend International Logistics, a leading warehousing and logistics system provider, to use 5.5G technology to deliver the PLC southbound integration for palletizer, AGVs, and multi-layer shuttles. And we verified that the systems have 4.9 high availability. And in inbound warehousing, hierarchical outbound retrieval, and flexible transfer, we created the complete and composable URLC type of advanced 5G intelligent warehousing solution. Such solution has been adopted in 12 projects, creating a value of $250 million yuan. 5G market is maturing. Value-added services can bring differentiation. To actively respond to the trend of IT, CT, OT convergence, we're exploring the business model and operation model to support 5G plus cloud plus AI integration. China Telecom Guangdong implemented the end-to-end 5G customized network operations platform in a series of projects covering the management of cloud network security, edge terminal applications, and self-service. It integrates well with customers' production system and meets their need for SLA monitoring, network visualization, fault monitoring, and self-service. This platform enables customers to learn about their application services, the performance of the services, and identify 5G network or application issues in a timely manner. And with this, we improved the 5G customized network solution. In the factories in the Greater Bay Area, such as Media's 5G smart factory in Foshan, our solution has been deployed to provide higher quality service to our customers. Based on the edge intelligent probe and fault location algorithm, we successfully locate the faults in the smart dome cameras, helping customers to resolve the problems. Also, based on the platform data, we help customers in optimizing their wireless network for better user experience. For dual domain dedicated network, expand 5G market further. Deterministic 5G technologies and industrial-grade high availability design help 5G to maximize its enabling effect in the industrial base. Value-added service and our persistence in scaling 5G customized network will make Guangdong, Hong Kong, and Macau Greater Bay Area the world's most advanced 5G Bay Area.
Thank you, Mr. Li. Next, let's welcome Mr. Shen Wenkai, Vice President of Planning and Construction Department of China Mobile Guangdong. And he's going to talk about the practices of the mobile VPN in China Mobile Guangdong. Hello, everyone. I am Shen Wenkai from the Planning and Construction Department of China Mobile Guangdong. I'm a veteran of B2B business. It's my great pleasure to be at the 5G MEC in the Industry Summit. We hope to have more and more diverse digital offerings and services we introduce to industries. They will enable enterprises to improve digital management and competitiveness. Today, I would like to share with you the innovative practices of China Mobile Guangdong in deploying mobile VPN. June 6 this year was the third anniversary of 5G's commercialization in China. Over the past 3 years, China's 5G deployment scale has been leading in the world. With the continuous development of standards, industry maturity, and B2B requirements, China Mobile's 5G dedicated network portfolio has evolved from 1.0 to 2.0. Premium, express, and luxury dedicated network offerings have enhancements in network and dedicated network capabilities. Dedicated network capability has advanced to a new level. China Mobile Guangdong's 5G deployment is leading in the country. It has deployed MECs in 21 cities in the Guangdong province, enabling transformation of all industries with 5G. Dedicated networks for ports, transportation, manufacturing, and power grid are adapted to Guangdong's market characteristics. A series of showcase projects are done, including Mawan Port, Guangdong Metro, Media, China Southern Power Grid, and Huawei's Dongguan Southern Factory, driving the 5G digital transformation of industries. Currently, users from industries need to access both Internet and intranet. But traffic of Internet and intranet must be isolated and billing done separately. That's where mobile VPN comes in. Mobile VPN allows users to access intranet and internet simultaneously on 5G connection, but the traffic is isolated. Currently, mobile VPN 1.0 has been introduced to public services, campus, industrial park, and healthcare industries, greatly improving user experience of accessing intranet. For high-value subscribers who have roaming needs, the mobile VPN will introduce the 2.0 version to explore nationwide roaming so that roaming subscribers are able to access internet and intranet anytime, anywhere. Next, I'd like to introduce China Mobile Guangdong's practice in deploying mobile VPN. In September 2020, China Mobile Guangdong was the first to pilot mobile VPN in Pingshan district in Shenzhen. We researched to overcome technical barriers of mobile VPN. It was the first mobile VPN for public services in China. The pilot was also the first to support the 2B and 2C services with the same network, representing a milestone of 5G dedicated network development. Traditionally, accessing intranet needs VPN. Users have to sign in with credentials, which can be a hassle. Another problem of the mechanism is sensitive data exposed in the internet. They might be subjected to a breach. Mobile VPN allows users to access intranet and the public network securely without changing SIM cards or inputting credentials. The actual downlink speed increases from 185 Mbps to up to 800 Mbps, making intranet access fast and effortless. With ULCL, intranet traffic can be directly distributed to campus network, isolated from the PLMM. This ensures high security. The Pingshan Public Service Mobile VPN won the first prize of the Smart City Track and the second prize among nationwide 5G applications in the 4th Zhanfang Cup. China Mobile Guangdong identifies the takeaway and approaches from the Pingshan project and quickly standardized the solutions and network deployment. We're now introducing the practices to other cities in Guangdong. By tapping into its large network and user base, Mobile VPN allows China Mobile to quickly enter the market of 5G dedicated network. It is a star product for 2B2C convergence. Now we have deployed more than 170,000 5G base stations and have over 44 million 5G users. Provisioning mobile VPN on the world's largest quality 5G network makes it possible for enterprises to isolate traffic of office, production, and users' daily activities. Employees can access intranet anytime, anywhere, securely and effortlessly. As of today, China Mobile Guangdong has deployed more than 210 mobile VPN networks with 180,000 users, achieving success in both B2B and B2C markets. China Mobile Guangdong has found the right business model for mobile VPN. We charge network connections as well as the network use. China Mobile provides O&M service, which will bring us potential future revenue. Network deployment prioritizes UPF sharing. On-premise UPF is deployed on demand. Currently, UPFs of our mobile VPN are deployed in 21 cities. College life is starting. After subscribing to Mobile VPN Campus Plan, students can securely access intranet and the internet, leading to the growth of consumer data traffic. In addition, China Mobile can offer video Office OA services on top of the dedicated connection, greatly increasing the 2B and the 2C service revenue. China Mobile is committed to evolving mobile VPN in different industries, including public services, campus, industry, large enterprises, tourism, and healthcare. Mobile VPN will be deployed. China Mobile will also enhance network capabilities. For example, since customers from different industries all demand roaming capability, China Mobile Guangdong will implement nationwide roaming so that users are able to access campus services in different locations. That's how we will gradually upgrade the mobile VPN to 2.0. China Mobile Guangdong is committed to be service-driven and staying ahead of the trend. To tap into the strengths of the PNI and PN, we deployed Central Network Cloud in major areas, offering a 2-4-5G converged ultra-reliable control plane. Based on latency bandwidth requirements, UPFs are built in cities, forming a both centralized and distributed architecture. Centralized scheduling, flexible traffic steering, and mutual backup for DR are achieved. China Mobile Guangdong also develops new connection capabilities such as UPFs Plus, 5G LAN, and secondary authentication. They were first piloted for commercial use in Guangdong, meeting requirements of industry customers. Future has arrived. China Mobile Guangdong will work with industries to devise the blueprint for 5G digital and intelligent infrastructure, create a new information service portfolio packing connectivity plus computing power plus capability, and continuously launch industry-leading innovative solutions to fuel the digital transformation of industries.
Thank you, Mr. Shen Wenkai. Our next speaker is Mr. Pan Guixing, Deputy General Manager of Guangdong Unicom Network Product Innovation Center. His topic is MEC Accelerating Digital and Intelligent Transformation. Please welcome. I'm Pan Guixing from Guangdong Unicom. I'm very honored to share with you on the case of MEC and edge computing for the media factory in Foshan. I also will share with you our outlook and thinking on the 5G B2B market as the traditional business is saturating, and Guangdong Unicom has been looking for a path to develop effectively with high quality the 5G B2B business, and driven by policy and new technology, 5G MEC and 5G dedicated network represent new opportunities. And countries around the world are proposing smart manufacturing strategy. The Chinese government is also the same and made a smart manufacturing national strategy. And in the Greater Bay Development Planning, the State Council appointed to build an influential home appliance industrial cluster in the Bay Area. And as technology develops rapidly, the factories need to make their production line flexible and have intelligent warehousing and green factory. These are their main requirements. MEC is a key technology to enable such a transformation. For China Telecom Edge Cloud, we support heterogeneous computing and diverse hardware. We support GPU, and we also support the deployment of UPF, MEP, and apps. And also we provide bandwidth management, DPI, and traffic separation based on MP2. We also provide cloud disaster recovery, cloud rendering, AI, and SaaS such as AGV and machine vision applications, working with partners including the OTTs and ISVs. We integrate IT and OT capability to seamlessly interconnect with each other's ecosystem. And in terms of service operation, we have a massive number of edge nodes to enable innovation in one place for replication across the country. We have MEC nodes across the country. We have the biggest MEC network covering more than 500 MEC nodes in 30 provinces. In 2019, the first MEC operation center was opened in Guangdong to support edge network and product development. In Guangdong, we've deployed more than 75 nodes supporting the low latency access in the Greater Bay Area. We have also continuously improved MEC capability, improving the disaster recovery capability and pre-configured GPU capability in order to satisfy the digital transformation need of media and support the smart upgrade in the Greater Bay Area. We worked with media around convergent location technology, and we take smart logistics as the lever and deploy the 5G dedicated network and MEC to build the 5G fully connected factory. As the leading manufacturing company, the media group has different business divisions, including the mechanical, electro product BG and building technology BG, robots BG, and the digital innovation BG. And its products are used in more than 200 countries, serving 400 million users. Since 2020, it has been focusing on digitalizing its operation. Guangdong Unicom and media work together, and we also partner with Huawei to start the smart factory transformation. And we have looked in the smart logistics, flexible production, quality management, and safe production area, planning more than 50 application scenarios. And 16 of them have been deployed. This improved logistics efficiency by 55%. While the infrastructure deployment reduced by 25%, defect rate reduced by 40%, safety breach reduced by 81%, and that counts that total to 32 million yuan of saving. And in the industrial internet domain, the manufacturing needs to be connected, digitalized, and intelligent. 5G technology can satisfy such need. And 5G Media is a leading manufacturing company, and it has responded to the 5G set sail initiative and has made some achievements in some application areas. Now, the media group is starting to think about expanding the deployment to multiple campuses and replicating the achievements across their factories. They are facing 3 pain points. The first, long network construction period, because the solutions for different campuses are different, and this causes interoperability problem. And the second is low maintenance efficiency. The experience in one side cannot be shared, so the maintenance cost is high. The third, innovation is slow. There is only spot innovation, and innovation cannot be replicated rapidly across the group. To address these 3 pain points, Guangdong Unicom provided the 5G multi-campus dedicated network product based on our B2B 5G C cloud. We help the customer to enjoy unified networking experience across the country, and there is a unified O&M construction for the networking infrastructure. Unified construction, there is a group level design, and the configuration of the campus network is baseline and based on a script. This enables rapid deployment. Second, unified maintenance with the VIP customer response center. We ensure 24/7 reliable operation of customer network. Third, unified innovation. Because now we have the consistent configuration of the different campuses and networks so that 5G LAN and 5G positioning such innovative capabilities can be replicated in the different campuses, accelerating digitalization process. In order to support flexible networking in campuses, we have this modularized on-demand assembly mode for our solution. And we also provide network slicing, MEC application, network customization as value-added services to enterprises of different sizes. We provide the one-stop customization for enterprises, campuses in different locations. And for the 5G application innovation needed by Media Group, since we have the B2B 5GC cloud, we have the MEC and the slicing capability. We help the media in the application innovation, and we have upgraded our 5G dedicated network plus to provide unified construction to the media group in building networks in different campuses. We developed unified standards and provide the script-based configuration to accelerate deployment, and also the high precision positioning is expanded to 6 campuses, and we have launched the 5G innovation pilots in different campuses. Guangdong Unicom has been committed to building high-quality green industry terminals. And we take 5G technology as a driver to enable industries. In Guangdong, we work with the media group to build the biggest home appliance industrial cluster. And in terms of industrial development, we work together with a number of partners. You know that Guangdong's GDP is leading in the country, and it also has the largest number of enterprises, and its production volume for home appliance and electronics ranks #1 in the world. Media Group has 34 manufacturing bases in Guangdong, more than 120,000 suppliers. So we take the Greater Bay Area as a benchmark area to drive the ICT adoption to a wider area, and we work with industry partners in building the green and smart factory through the end-to-end digitalized logistics. We drive enterprises to have a paperless warehousing. This reduced the annual consumption of paper by 1 million pieces, and we also work with partners to promote energy saving and pollution prevention technology and building 5G connected factory. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pan. Next, let's welcome Ms. Tong Hailan with China Mobile Zhejiang. And she will talk about how China Mobile Zhejiang lays a 5G MEC infrastructure foundation that converges OICT to empower industry digital transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, hello everyone. I am Tong Hailan with China Mobile Zhejiang. It's my great pleasure to join you in the 5G MEC Industry Summit. Today, my topic of the presentation is laying a 5G MEC infrastructure foundation that converges OICT to empower industry digital transformation. We know that 5G changes lives while 5G changes society. Since the commercialization of 5G in 2019, China Mobile Zhejiang has always been a pioneer. We keep facilitating the digital transformation of industries and developing the ecosystem based on 5G use cases. We have made a contribution to the experience and practices in developing 5G to B. Today, I would like to show you the project with IKD Smart Factory and let you know about our innovations and the practices in the project. In this project, we introduced the 5G MEC, and implemented MEC use cases. We used the 5G connections for multiple purposes. On top of the 5G connectivity, we developed the ICT converged infrastructure to coordinate computing power and the networks. We also offered connectivity plus computing power plus application end-to-end portfolio to accelerate the intelligent and digital transformation. In the manufacturing field, we enhanced the network capabilities and innovated the 5G MEC switch to introduce 5G to the core production system. IKD is actually leading aluminum auto part manufacturer. It manufactures 2,500 parts, and it's currently the top 10 of the automobile parts manufacturer in the world. We worked with IKD, China Mobile Research Institute, China Mobile Shanghai Industry Research Institute to deploy 5G and validate 5G in the Factory 5, 4, and 3. We customized 15 use cases for core production. It was the very first 5G smart factory in China. 5G replaced the wired connection and Wi-Fi connections, offering solutions to serve the digital, intelligent, and transparent manufacturing of die-casts. IKD Smart Factory was the first one to use 5G to power production. All the manufacturing lines are connected to the 5G networks, and the 15 validated use cases address the frustrations in the manufacturing, managing to improve the management and the manufacturing. 5G replaced not just the Wi-Fi and the wired connections, it also offers high-precision positioning. So UWB Bluetooth are no longer needed. The cost of the network deployment is reduced, and that's how we found the right business model. Regarding lean production, 5G helps to improve production qualification rate by 3%, per person productivity by 17%, device average production efficiency by 19%, and inventory turnover by 35%, serving as a benchmark in the industry. During this project, we found that factory needs computing, and they want us to provide not just connectivity, but also computing and applications. During the initial phase of 5G deployment, most of the enterprises would like to have a trial on the end-to-end 5G MEC that can be quickly deployed. And when that works out, they will further increase the investment. So at the beginning phase of this project, we deployed the MEC shared by the entire city and offered 5G private line. And gradually, when IKD saw and experienced the benefits of 5G connection, IKD increased their investment and introducing 5G from 1 factory to 3 factories. Then later, to address the lower latency and larger bandwidth demands of machine vision, we deployed a on-premise MEC and offered lossless compression. Later, other applications were also introduced to IKD's factory. ICT converged and infrastructure, together with computing power, brings lower latency and larger bandwidth. What's more, the computing and the networks are coordinated to maximize the value of 5G. We offer IKD app integration tool chain. So IKD can access connectivity, computing, and application. This kind of integrated delivery mode improves the efficiency and also broadened our business scope. We are not just selling 5G dedicated network, but we also sell the edge computing power, enhance the connectivity, and also sell other ICT integration services. Currently, converged MEC has been adopted by 170 enterprises, supporting 15 types of applications. offering a significant support to the digital transformation of enterprises. After adopting the 5G dedicated network, IKD has seen an upgrade in the productivity of equipment and workers. However, we know that sometimes the coupling of the networks require the longer cycle of adaptation. Then IKD had to see another increase in the workload. And every change in the manufacturing line will lead to a 30-minute downtime. 5G network was very difficult to be deployed in the actual manufacturing line. Then in 2021, China Mobile Zhejiang worked with Huawei to upgrade the 5G network in IKD. We simplified the networking with 5G LAN and improved the flexibility of manufacturing. In the new Factory 3 of IKD, 5G is now removing all the wired connection, and the manufacturing line change no longer needs to maintain 500 L2TP channels. The IP can manage by itself, and we don't need the manual operation and maintenance anymore. IKD is able to adjust their manufacturing lines based on the production requirements. 5G MEC at the moment still faces certain gap. We are now at the Industrial 4.0 transformation. Automation, digitalization are facing the problem of difficult integration, long processes, many breakpoints along the processes, long deployment cycle, etc. China Mobile Zhejiang works with partners to see how we can deploy the integrated 5G dedicated network to customers. In the IKD 5G Smart Factory project, we converged ICT and we adopt the ICT edge switch technology, bringing 5G MEC to the manufacturing line. And we also develop end-to-end integrated tool chain so that third-party applications can be rolled out fast. Mature solutions and offerings incubated from these projects are being introduced to 5G MEC projects with over 10 manufacturers. In the future, China Mobile Zhejiang will keep encouraging the convergence of OT, CT, IT, enhancing the reliability, stability, and security of connectivity. Eventually, we aspire to introduce 5G Smart Factory to more projects across the province.
Thank you, Ms. Tong, for your wonderful speech. Next, we're going to invite Mr. Ayman Magdi Abu Sana, Director of Mobile Broadband and 5G Planning of EN. He will introduce EN's 5G B2B business strategy.
Good afternoon. I'm Ayman Magdi from Salat UAE by EN. Today I will give some ideas about 5G and related evolution and market opportunities. We can see from the market trend worldwide and in the region, there is a huge opportunities coming with the 5G technology, growth year over year of these opportunities. At the same time of the evolution of the 5G with the related standards, there is move in the business verticals which creates the demand for the specific technologies and specific features coming with the 5G to satisfy all these industries requirements related to Industry 4.0 specifications, related to automation, related to the different AI models which will be pushed to enhance the operational models of all these industries. 5G with its complementary technologies like mobile edge computing, like private networks, and also with the evolution coming with the new 3GPP releases related to the ultra low latency, related to the massive communication, will provide a solution for many of the business verticals pains. We can find demand and requirements for many verticals related to data privacy, related to enhancing the security, where 5G will provide a very good enhancement for security of the wireless communication compared to the previous releases, and also compared to the Wi-Fi connectivity, which is used currently for many of the use cases in many industries. Also, it will provide a solution for the low latency requirements related to cranes control, related to drones control, autonomous cars. A lot of use cases need really low latency and need the related security to provide the mission critical use cases. Also, with 5G, we will be able to provide a real quality of service, not just shared resources. We can provide SLA for the service when we provide the right implementation for the slicing concept coming with the 5G SA. Also, we will provide the right solution for the network resilience. 5G is evolved from just connectivity, coming with just the 5G CPE providing the connectivity, moving up to full industry ecosystem and providing different application for different industry sectors, creating the right solutions for the different pains in these industries. 5G is not just a normal move from 3GPP release to other. 5G is coming with full ecosystem, evolution for the full ecosystem, starting from the infrastructure, going to the cloud native architecture, going to the microservices functions, introducing the service-based architecture, APIs, allowing the concept of the network exposure, allowing the concept of the network slices, where we provide dedicated resources, not just shared resources. Even with the move to the microservices, this make our life easier to move to the edge computing, moving a certain UBF to a certain area to make a local breakout for the different demand. This will open opportunities for all operators to create more products for the 2B and for the 2C, meeting the demand for the different technology evolutions with the metaverse, with the industry 4.0. So it's enhancement for the full ecosystem, providing new opportunities in alignment with the move of technologies for the 2B and 2C. And it's a lot. We started the journey many years back to provide technology readiness. We were the first operator in the region to provide 5G NSA and launch the service in the UAE market. We provide the right readiness for the 5G SA, evaluating the cloud architecture to cloud native, providing the container-based architecture and service-based architecture for the 5G SA, for the right readiness for the 5G evolution. Also, we worked for enabling the rest of the 5G ecosystem, the other complementary technologies like the edge computing, like the private networks, also the orchestration ecosystem to provide the required automation and onboarding for the microservices and container-based functions. Preparing the required ecosystem for slicing, also providing the right environment for evaluating the voice to voice over new radio. We are moving toward the future in alignment with the 3GPP standards, going to the 5G advanced, with the related enhancement for the ultra low latency and the massive communication, and also providing the more enhancement for slicing availability with the dynamic slicing, controlling the full network ecosystem slicing, dedicating the resources and allowing the right SLA for the network resources, including the automation and assurance systems. During the last couple of years, we were able to move with our partners in the different enablers for the 5G ecosystem, like mobile edge computing with the related local breakout for connectivity, meet the demand for many of the business verticals for the security and for the low latency use cases. Also, we were able to provide the first slicing demo and implementation in the region, where we provided dedicated resources for enterprise use cases. We will continue moving to enhance the ecosystem by enhancing the mobile edge computing and pushing more applications towards the edge, including both the far edge and the near edge implementation, and building the ecosystem with the related automation and the related marketplaces, okay, with the evolution for the orchestration.
感谢 Ayman Magdi Absana 先生为我们带来的。
Thank you, Ayman. And as Mr. Liu Ma said in his opening remarks, in the future, 5G will go beyond consumer network and will become an interconnected network of thousands of industrial dedicated network. This is both an opportunity and a challenge, and we need to work together to solve the challenges. Huawei will continue to work with carriers and partners to promote the development of 5G MEC, bring more value to the industry, and contribute to shared success in the new 5G businesses. Leaders and guests, this marks the end of the 5G MEC Industry Summit. Thank you for your participation. See you next time.